Hey guys, King of Charmanders, aka Hikaru here. Alright, so here's your introduction. Just not too long ago, I did my Spotlight Hour for NUMEL, and along with that, I got a ping that there was this really broke AF thing that if you evolved it, and you second moved it, and you TM'd it, you can get the Hoenn version of Linoone's movesets on the Galarian one. So as you see, I powered one up right here, and you know what? Not only does it look pretty dang cool, way better than the original version, by the way, but also this moveset apparently makes it really, really broke and really, really good for not just GBL, but also for upcoming like Silk Cups, etc. Because everybody was raving about this thing. And is it broken? Is it like the cookie jar, and then like you tipped over the cookie jar and Niantic jacked up, and then you got a special moveset, and whoever got the special moveset, like this guy right here, could take advantage of it? Yeah, we're about to find out. Let's deep dive into it. Anyways, yeah. My DMs had a lot of people asking me, can you get me one? A lot. So the story behind the moveset goes like this. During the NUMEL Spotlight Hour, I checked Discord, and all of a sudden, my boy, like Go Stadium, I was checking out their stream. I was watching, and they were like, my senpai, but senpai, AJ, was like, you are joking, because my good friend Cody, Rambling Rabbit, reported that there is, in fact, a broke moveset, that Galarian Linoone can learn its Hoenn version's movesets if you evolved it from Zigzagoon. So once that secret came out, everybody went freaking nuts. Everybody was hitting up everyone tag was going off in Discord. Everyone was going ballistic in Twitter. It was madness. So during that time, during the NUMEL Spot Hour, in the PST time zone, everybody was going mad. If you had Galarian Zigzagoon, you were evolving it, you were double moving it, and you're giving it Grass Knot. Because everyone was saying this thing is really freaking good. So, in other words, Niantic jacked up. Again, except for everybody that got that. So it's a very, very sad story for those that didn't get one. I managed to get one just because I was watching the stream, and then after watching that stream, I was like, oh my god, it's correct. And I looked at PVPoke, and it's like, it's not supposed to get these. That's not supposed to get that. What is good? What is good? We got something good. All right. Now let's do a deep dive into PVPoke.com and see just exactly how powerful this thing is. Alright, here's our deep dive in the PVPoke.com with Galarian Linoone with its brand new moveset. Like I said before and in many of my videos, if you haven't donated, please consider, if you can, donating to PVPoke.com's Patreon. Again, great resource. We would not know everything that we know, whether it be Self or GBL, if it was not for this website, because it's a wonderful resource, and it really does help content creators like me and many other famous and popular ones, and even new ones, and new battlers get into the PvP scene and get really freaking good. Alright, let's get into the deep dive. So Linoone, Galarian Linoone, with its new moveset, actually ranks... Okay, I can't spell Linoone to save my life. Actually ranks rank 15 overall. It is incredible as a lead, as a closer, as a switch, as a charger. It does very well in all categories, except as a sheer attacker, as a closer. Mostly because Galarian Linoone isn't really great. It's not very bulky, but if you have energy on it, you have energy advantage. As you take a look right here, it walls Haunter, it beats Alolan Marowak, Swampert, Azumarill, and Galarian Stunfisk. The Galarian Stunfisk one is huge because Galarian Stunfisk is one of the new BBML cores that are out since the recent update and since its release. Because of its coverage, as you see, it is not a bad mod to have. Now, if you look at the key losses in the meta, it loses against some very popular choices. However, I can see it being very strong. Compared to its original cousin, when you didn't have this moveset, let's assume you had the old moveset. So let's go take a look around here. Now, let's take a look at Galarian Linoone in the one shield is 73% better than its original cousin. Now, if you give it in the 2-shield scenario as a lead, because it's very strong, its strongest ratings was as a lead. Galarian Linoone is at 77%. Anything above 60% meets my standard, and 77% is ridiculously good in the 2-shield. You'll pressure shields quickly because of Shadow Claw's incredible energy generation, and Body Slam and Grass Knot don't take too long to get to. Linoone Galarian is a monster. Compared to its original cousin, where it had Lick, Snarl, Tackle, I believe its old moveset regarded you having Snarl. So using Snarl, and then Snarl, and I'm guessing, I think it was Gunk Shot and Dig. Those were its two moves. So Gunk Shot, no, actually Body Slam, and I think it was Dig was its like strongest moveset. I mean, I think you still had Lick. It was either Lick, Shadow Claw, I believe it was Snarl. So if you, so we'll look at all variations of the old moveset. So this is the 2 shield with Snarl, Body Slam, Dig. As you see, 67%. Not that bad in the 2 shield scenario, but in the 2 shield, 77% was the original value of the other one. So you went from 77 to 67. So you dropped from a C to a freaking D. You suck at school. And in the 1 shield, you suck. It's still pretty dang bad. 369. You see, that's the only number that matters. You see those last 2 digits? I'm just kidding. Anyways, yeah, it's really good. So Snarl, Body Slam, and Dig, it's a huge upgrade from its original moveset. So Snarl, Body Slam, Dig, even if you gave it, so if you gave it Body Slam and then Gunk Shot, you would drop originally. This is the 1 shield, Body Slam, Gunk Shot, Snarl. And then we get 63%, so it actually gets worse. And in the 2 shields, it's incredible. Well, not really. It's incredible. We're looking at the stats. The Snarl / Body Slam. You do get Stab, but the difference between Stab with Snarl is this: its original moveset. See, 64%. So even Galarian Linoone wasn't too bad to begin with. However, the reason why Shadow Claw is so good and it gives it such great coverage, for example, if you gave it Snarl and you give it its movesets now, you would actually see a drop. So this is its best charge moveset with Snarl, even with the Stab. That's the 2 shield. See, 70%. 70%, and then let's go to the 1 shield scenario with Snarl and Grass Knot, just because of Grass Knot. Grass Knot is a powerful move with great coverage. That's why Grass Knot is so strong, 68%. So as you see, once you give it Shadow Claw in the 1 shield, you see this is what happens. It's incredibly powerful considering all of its other movesets. It is a beast. It is a beast. You jump from 68 to 73%, and in the 2 shields, it's even better. 77%, baby. This thing is really good. It's not exactly like a god tier mon, like how Palkia in the 1 shield just kills 91% in Master League, but it's incredibly powerful. And not only that, because of its limited availability, the Shadow Claw, Body Slam, Grass Knot, Galarian Linoone is looking to take the cake from all of you that are looking to get into Open Great League, because it's incredibly powerful. Again, in your team, this thing can be a monster. But before you put it in a team, make sure you do your research. Make sure you find a team comp where you really like this thing, because it is looking to be a very get-wrecked mod. Now, I have a shoutcast. I actually have footage with a training partner, my Sato Live in Truth. She's an amazing battler, one of the best in the world. She is my student, and I am her senpai, and she's an incredible battler. And we're about to check out these live shoutcasted battles, and I hope you do enjoy them right now. Alright, so we're getting started here with the battles. We have the Broke AF Galarian Linoone in the lead. I just put a bunch of random teams together, but these teams are very meta relevant. As you see right here, we start off with Galarian Linoone in the lead. Then we have Azu, and then we have Reggie in the back. Again, we have a safe switch, we have a closer, and then we have the G Linoone in the lead. Now, when I thought about these teams, I was just, alright, let's just make these very meta powerful teams and then start testing out this monster. So there is my student, Live in Truth. She is one of my Satos. She's an amazing battler. Again, also from California, and she is locking in her team right now. So, as you see, G Linoone is an incredibly powerful Pokemon. I decided to lock in meta picks with it because G Linoone's a little spicy. Top 15, you wouldn't really recognize it, but anyways, we get the lead. We get G Linoone into the Skarmory, and unfortunately, we do have a little bit of lag here, so I wait a little bit until she starts attacking me, and here we go. We get the battle that has now started. As you see here, you generate energy very quickly with Shadow Claw, and because that Shadow Claw energy generation, you get a lot of Body Slams and a lot of Grass Knots very quickly. In this scenario, I will switch into my Azumarill, looking to try to break both shields here and then set up Galarian Linoone because Galarian Linoone does have energy and it is very powerful. So when your students know you very well as a battler, they're incredibly powerful and they can call all of your baits. She does not take this bait. We want boat shields gone. Ideally, boat shields would be an incredible thing to take over here. I fail on my first bait, so I'm going to continue to try baiting that shield. Unfortunately, she does switch out into the Swampert. I attempt to go for a secondary bait here. Instead, I should have just gone for the straight Hydro Pump because we can get to 2 Ice Beams here. Unfortunately, she calls a bait as well, and she's reading me like a book, and I am so screwed right now because she has taken 2 big moves. She took 2 baits, which is incredible. Those Hydro Cannons would have done heavy damage against the Swampert and against her previous lead, which I totally forgot about already, which was actually Skarmory. So yeah, Skarmory was her lead. We sent in the G Linoone in an attempt to try to combo in here and try to break them shields. We do take out the Swampert. She does decide to save her shield till the end. And we do get back the Skarmory. At this point, I'm going to start trying to get these body slams off because we need to send this Skarmory. We need to take the Skarmory down. The neck breakers need to start flying her off. So we get both body slams off. As you see, we get a Medicham in the bag. This is where G Linoone needs to get the heck out of here because this does 4 times the damage because counter does really heavy damage against a normal and a dark type mon. Now I'm really looking at my options here. Our G Linoone is now done. Looking at my options because we need to take out this Medicham. We still have this Azu to sack. However, with this situation being here, we got to get this Flash Cannon off. Do we get the Flash Cannon off? We do. So I'm going to get these bubbles. Make sure you hit all your bubbles, okay? Hit your bubbles. We're going to go for the Flash Cannon here. We do heavy damage. I'm pop up my switch clock because my switch window because I'm like, all right, I got to sack. I got to sack. I got to sack. And the time I was going to sack, it would have been great because we would have caught that dynamic punch. And unfortunately, this is GG's. That would have been the perfect sack if my swap went through. Unfortunately, didn't. She gets a dynamic punch in. GG's for round 1. Like I said, Linoone in the lead, as we observed in PVPoke.com, is incredibly powerful. The thing about it is, though, make sure you get that energy gain. It gives you a lot of combo potential, which makes it such a great lead. Now, I did a lot of misplays there, but when you play really high-level battlers that know who you are, and especially they're your students, they can call their baits. She called those baits first. She played a perfect game, and there's nothing I could do. I even failed on my sack, so there was nothing I could do in that moment. GG. Now we get the second move in. We get G Stunfisk into Naltara. This is a great lead for us because we have a very strong scenario here. I'm going to start getting this energy so I can start burying this golden shining chicken underneath a bunch of rocks because this thing is very powerful and we want to get out of the way. We want these shields. So I go for these rock slides, does heavy damage. We take almost about half of Altaria's health. And now I'm just going to keep burying this shiny golden goose underneath a bunch of rocks because we need those shields. We need them shields. As you see, I can safely take a sky attack. I think she was trying to get to switch into my rock slide, but that's fine there. She does not shield here. Oh, she does shield. Never mind. I'm wrong. We do manage to bop a shield thinking that's an earthquake, and we send in the Azu. Now, if this DD has Thunderbolt, we're in a lot of trouble. And indeed, it does have Thunderbolt. My buddy takes a ton of damage here. And now we're going to build it to the Hydro Pump. And then we're going to go for the Ice Beam. We are going to try to get the bait here because we need this second shield. Do we manage to do it? And we do! We managed to grab the second shield, which is great. Because now I can just straight Hydro Pump and make you very, very wet. We are fine here. I can shield at this point. And we can, because this is going to be a Thunderbolt. Perfect. We got the Thunderbolt. We played perfectly up to this point. We're going to get the Hydro Pump off. And do we get the Hydro Pump off? We do. And now we're going to make sure, again, make sure you get all of your bubbles. And then we get the Hydro Pump off. And we almost KO this poor DD. Now we're going to farm it down. Unfortunately, we don't get the entire farm down. And I'm just going to let my bunny go at this point because this Thunderbolt will KO. And unfortunately, she takes back switch advantage. That's fine though because I wanted to get that little bit of energy I get with this Muchlock coming in. And we get an Azumarill of our own in the back. Unfortunately, this is kind of a bad scenario. So I switch into G Linoone because I can tank an Ice Beam, a Play Rough, If it's a play rough, it's gonna hurt. Oh, it's a play rough! Oh man, this is really bad. Okay, okay, this bunny is an Israeli bunny, and Israeli bunnies play rough, and play rough is really good inside the Sorcerer's Cap, and unfortunately, it happens to be this variation. We get the Grass Knot off. As you see, it does heavy damage against the Azumarill. Takes out a majority of its HP. I'm gonna shield over here because we need to take out this bunny. And I have enough energy for Body Slam. We don't want this energy for Body Slam to go to waste. And as you see here, Shadow Claw plus Grass Knot and Body Slam do a lot of damage because they charge so fast. We spam the bodies of the slams, and then we get our Altaria in the back. Now, I should have energy for an Rock Slide. We do. We get the energy for the Rock Slide. Will this be enough to KO the Golden Shining Goose? Is it? Is it? We do not kill it. Okay, so now you need to die. We have so much energy stored up that we managed to get the second Rock Slide, and this is GG. Great play, great match. It was really down to the wire. It was just that energy management I had with the G Stunfisk. And as you see, Galarian Linoone is very powerful against this current meta. Body Slam and Grass Knot does a lot of damage, especially the Grass Knot into the poor bunny. Now, for my last match, we've seen Galarian Linoone as a lead, so I kind of just put in the switch scenario right here. I kind of use it as just a little switch in. Not going to use it as a safe switch this match, but I put a little team together of kind of really good, seeing if you can compare Registeel, Linoone, and DD. So we do get Registeel into Umbreon. This is perfect. That Umbreon is shiny though, so shinies do extra damage, so we gotta be extra careful here. She sends in the Deoxys D. I am not going to switch out in this scenario because I want these shields. I have a DD, I have Galarian Linoone, so we don't want to put Galarian Linoone in front of this Deoxys defense because counters do so much damage. So I'm just going to opt to stay in here with my heavy metal Hunka Junk Basuda-chan Veggie-Steel. It takes the Rock Slide like a champion. I call that bait. And we're just going to keep on throwing these flash cannons, hopefully bait another shield, or we get heavy damage against this Deoxys. We managed to bait a shield, and this is great. Now, at this point, I'm going to think about sending in my DD because I want to catch all this damage, and we do. Now, the reason I want to catch in here is because my Sato switch clock is almost up, and we still have a full-on Mon. We still have all this energy. We're going to be able to get all this energy here, and then I'm just going to drop a bunch of rocks on this poor DD. This shouldn't be enough to kill it, and then she does actually, we don't even get the chance to kill because she pops the shield. So now we got both shields. This is really good because now we have both shields down, and we have now we have a Reggie with energy in the back. So I'm going to attempt to farm down here. I opt to fire the Psycho Boost just because I don't want her to get any more energy because I felt she was close to a Rock Slide. And we have enough. I should be able to live enough to get to a second Psycho Boost. Now I opt to switch out here. And get the Flash Cannon off because Psycho Boost does debuff your attack drastically by 2 stages. So we need to get the heck out of here. Get the Flash Cannon off. The Flash Cannon lands, and then my Sato runs into her Umbreon into the Registeel. Now, normally this would be good for us, but because Registeel's so hurt, I need a shield here. I'm up 2 shields. There's no reason for me to risk the biscuit this hard, and we get the Focus Blast onto the Umbreon. This Honest Terra is going to rip a majority of this poor Umbreon, and even though you are shiny and shinies do extra damage, that took a huge chunk off of this Umbreon's health. I am very happy with right now. I can let Registeel go, and I can send in my Linoone to go ahead and grab some energy here. Now, our Shadow Claws are resisted, but because we get to them so fast, because we get the Body Slam so fast because of Shadow Claw energy, we managed to take out this Umbreon here, and then we get this bunny in the back. So we know that Grass Knot KOs in this scenario, so I just want to show you, I do something pretty sweet here. I wanted to see how much damage a Body Slam would do to this bunny, because Grass Knot would totally KO here, but I wanted to see how much damage this Body Slam get on an Azumarill. As you see, it doesn't quite take it out, but it does a hefty amount of damage. And then we will combo into our Deoxys defense. And then this is GG's. This will take out the bunny. And this is GG's. GG's to my Sato. Thank you for the practice battles. And thank you for all the information we learned thanks to all these scrim battles. Thank you so much. Alright, now we get on to the key summaries. Alright, so it's time for the key takeaways / summary. In summary, Galarian Linoone is very strong. It's incredibly powerful. It's As you see in the video, it charges very fast. Because it charges very fast and has great coverage, it has amazing combo potential. Grass Knot deals heavy damage as you see against the Zoomerils. You take out Mud Boys, and Body Slam gets that stab attack bonus, and it's very spammy. That's why he has an amazing combo potential. That Shadow Claw Energy Generation 2 is an epic bonus. And it pairs, as you see in our test here, it pairs very well with meta picks. Linoone blends very well with other meta picks. Galarian Stunfisk in particular, I was very impressed with how Galarian Stunfisk performed with Galarian Linoone and hand in hand. Now, our extra notes, of course, beware of fighters or anything that deals fighting type damage. It's very likely that even though Galarian Linoone can take some damage, if you take a fighting move, you're going to die very, very quickly. So if you do see a fighter, get the hell out of there and switch. Anyways, yes, stating the obvious, beware of fighters or any fighting type damage move. Now, I hope you guys like this. Please like and subscribe. If there's anything you want to see me analyze, please put in the comments. This was a very sudden video. After all, only those that were in like the West Coast or that had community day were able to obtain this very powerful mod. It doesn't exactly game break the meta, but it's still very strong, and it's something you have to look out for and keep in mind. If you see a Galarian Linoone, it's very likely it has this buffed moveset, and it's going to be very dangerous. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you like, subscribe, and again, if you want to see me analyze anything in particular, please mention it in the comments below. You guys have a wonderful day. Have a good one.